Admit it. You pick your nose, don't you? Well, that's the subject of today's idea of the day. Look, let's be frank for a minute. Every now and then, I drive in my car and I look to my left, I look to my right, and I'll see somebody picking their nose. Really? Does that shock you? Or does that remind you of somebody else that you may or may not know? When it comes right down to it, I don't know about you, but I don't know why there's such a big stigma about picking your nose. I mean, don't we all privately admit that we do it? I mean, at least sometimes. I'm not talking about somebody who's like walking around town with their finger up their nose everywhere to go. I'm just saying, look, every now and then, the body makes a certain amount of mucus. I'm not talking about the gooey ones. I'm just talking about you make some mucus, right? It makes whatever you want to call that. Like boogers, snot. Sometimes, if you just tap your nose, it's like this big crunchy thing that's there, right? And it bothers you. If you just even scratch your nose, you can feel this big crunchy thing in your nose. And you try to do the right thing. You look around, you take out a tissue, you blow it, and it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out. So what do? You say, oh, it doesn't come out. I guess I have to go to a doctor, huh? Really? Is that how you get rid of it? No. Let's admit it. When you've got one of those in your nose, you're picking it. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. All you really care about at that moment is you got to get that thing out of your nose. You got to get that out of your nose. But what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Who's watching? Who's watching? I got to pick my nose. You got to pick your nose every now and then, right? Because if you don't, what do you do with the damn things? They're just there and they won't come out. You're blowing your nose. Oh, it's like, oh, I think I'll be a little discreet. I'll go in the men's room or something. But you gotta get it out. Let's face it, somewhere along the line, you gotta get rid of the damn thing. So what do most people do? They do it while they're driving. Because they figure, you know what? I'm driving along, and if it's nighttime, they could just dig away. They dig away. Nobody sees them picking their nose. Nobody. At least they think so. But then you come to the light. I remember a Seinfeld episode once where he came to the light and he's just kind of scratching the side of his nose and his girlfriend's looking at him, thinks she's picking his nose, and then, oh, I'm leaving him because he picked his nose in the car. But the truth of the matter is, picking your nose in the car is probably the single most popular place to pick your nose. If I worked in a car wash and I worked the vacuum, and I'm vacuuming up all that stuff over there, I would imagine that if you took all of the stuff that they take out from there, a good percentage of the stuff they're putting into the vacuum is snot. Let's face it, that's what it is. Because you pick your nose and where are you going to put it? Well, some people may open the window and fling it out there, but the weather's not always good. And what the heck, it seems small enough and it's simple enough, you pop it on the floor, right? People pick their nose in the car. Let's face it. They pick their nose. Why? It's because they have to, and they figure nobody's watching them while they're in the car. At least if they're moving at a decent speed. So if you're going to pick your nose in the car, all right, maybe it looks bad. You don't want anybody to see it. So wait till the lights change. Wait till you're moving along. Get your business done. But I think we should eliminate the damn stigma about nose picking, because if the snot won't come out, what the heck do you do with it? Again, you're not going to go to a doctor to get rid of a booger. You got to get rid of it. Now, of course, if you can blow it, it won't come out. Yeah, maybe you'll go home. Yeah, you're going to wait till you get home and you're going to find some sort of a thing with a tweak. Are you going to use a tweezer in your nose to get rid of a snot? No. Pick your nose. Be proud of it. But here's the thing. Just wash your hands. And if you have a napkin around, instead of just flinging it onto the floor of your car, put it in the napkin. Just remember to throw it out and wash your hands when you're done. And let's remove the stigma. Let's pick our noses and be proud of it. And that's today's idea of the day. All right, there it is. That's today's idea of the day. Some of them are pretty good, right? And some of them suck, I admit. First to admit, some of my ideas suck. But if you visit Idea of the Day every day and you subscribe to my channel, by looking at the subscribe link in the corner, you'll see a brand new idea every single day. And I promise you, some of them don't suck.